Guys, welcome back to another Python tutorial video. Today I will be showing you how to determine if a triangle is a right triangle given the three side lengths. To begin, I will go ahead and break down the code so you guys can understand it better. So first we have this variable assignment statement, which is being assigned to an input, which says what is your name. This will be used later on in the program to refer to the user. Then we have another variable assignment statement. This is an integer. It says enter the length of the first side. Then we have another variable called side B, which is an integer. It says enter the length of the second side. Then we have another variable called side C, which is also an integer, and it says enter the length of the third side. Then we have a message that is printed. It says keep in mind the Pythagorean theorem is a square plus b square equals c square. These upward arrows, basically I was trying to say that this is an exponent. So a to the power of 2 plus b to the power of 2 equals c to the power of 2. And this is a fundamental part of this program because we will be using it a lot throughout the program. So as we move on, this is a conditional statement which is pretty long. It has 4 alternate courses of action. So the first if statement says if side A squared equals side B squared plus side C squared. So remember that the Pythagorean theorem is this, and it can be used on any right triangle, or if you are given triangle, three side lengths of a triangle, you can use this to determine if this triangle has a 90-degree angle or not. So this first scenario, we're thinking about whether or not side A could be the longest side, which is the hypotenuse, and side B and C are the legs. If so, then it will say your name, and then it will say your triangle is in fact a right triangle because string side B to the power of 2 plus string side C to the power of 2 equals string side A to the power of 2. The hypotenuse must be the longest side, which is string side A, which is I mentioned before, because it's being set equal to the sum of the squares of these two. The next statement is an elif. If in case side A does not turn out to be the hypotenuse, we will check now if side B is the hypotenuse. So side A and C become the legs. If that is true, then it will say your triangle is in fact a right triangle, because side A to the power of 2 plus side C to the power of 2 equals side B to the power of 2. Then we have another elif, which will now check if side C is the hypotenuse. So we have the equals comparison operator, and then we have side A exponentiating to the power of 2 plus side B exponentiating to the power of 2. And then basically it's the same message, but instead it will say side C is the hypotenuse. If none of those are true, then we have an else to go to. We should always program an else, otherwise the if statement will not print anything at all. So it will say your triangle is not a right triangle. None of these sides when squared equals to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, which is proven by this formula. Now let's move on to the output demonstration. and I will say my name. So if you've taken some general math classes or in high school, you should know that, or if you are a 7th grader, you probably would not know this, but a common right triangle that we can refer to is the 3, 4, 5. So 3 and 4 are the legs and 5 is the hypotenuse. So to confirm that my program actually is correct in identifying this, we will use 3, 4, and 5 as the side lengths. So it says, keep in mind the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and your triangle is in fact a right triangle because 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared, which is 16 plus 9 equals 25, and that's true. And then it says the hypotenuse must be the longest side, which is 5. Now let's look at a scenario where it might not be a right triangle. So I will use 7, 8, and 9. So it says your triangle is not a right triangle. None of these sides when squared equals to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So this is actually true because nowhere, if you search on the internet, 7, 8, and 9 do not, these side lengths do not make a right triangle.